What's up, everybody? It's Kenny Cummins here on Chilling with Kenny C. Super excited to be joined with my only guest of the evening. Guest as in plural. The lady that you see is very familiar on the show. This is her third appearance, Miss A.C. Jones.
Hi there.
And the lovely man to her right is her husband with the name of Michael, who's known for being in a trio, Lockland, once upon a time,
Yes, sir.
but they have joined forces
Mhm.
and formed a duo by the name of Arbor North. They
Mhm.
are with me right now. How's it going?
It's great. Thank you so much for having us on
Yeah,
tonight.
thank you,
Appreciate
Kenny,
it.
so much. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you both. Very happy to have y'all on again. AC, welcome back. You
Thank
become
you.
very familiar with the show.
Yes.
I've been obviously following you as a solo artist pretty much since this whole pandemic thing got
Yeah,
started. Um,
absolutely.
Again, shout out to our mutual friend, Miss Taylor Hughes,
Yes.
Taylor Hughes.
introducing you to me
Yeah.
via social media,
Yeah.
and we've been keeping in touch since then. So
Yeah.
Awesome.
then I hear AC forming a group, a duo of sorts. I'm like, okay, she's she's established herself as a solo artist. You know, she's released a studio album. She's released a Christmas album. She's done shows. She's just a very blissful individual, brings such grace and dignity. And when I hear that you and hubby over there um, decide to join forces musically, I had to hear what y'all had to say. So I will lead this to you, Miss Jones and
Yeah.
Mr. Michael. What led y'all into forming as a musical duo? Obviously, and I've already read some of the bio,
Yeah.
very interesting, but I will leave that to you two. How did Auburn North got formed?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you. Do you want to take that?
yeah,
We'll start
sure,
with you,
sure.
Michael.
Absolutely. So when we started dating, AC and I were long distance
Mhm.
for the whole duration of our relationship up till the day we got married.
Yeah.
So we did see each other. I would fly up to Ohio to go see her. She'd
Yeah.
fly down to Nashville to come see me.
Yeah.
And so we were long distance the whole time. And so again, as you said, Kenny, AC had her solo career
Mhm.
going, which was awesome. And then I was part of a group called Lockland, and then Lockland dissolved about a year and a half ago or so. Year and a half, maybe
Yeah.
over now.
Yeah, it's been a while
it's
now.
been a minute now. So, but when Lockland dissolved, the two of us, it's funny, we took a hiatus for a little bit, and then musically for me, and then a few months later after that,
Yeah.
AC and I, we're treading the waters a little pretty lightly because hey, we were in a relationship together, but sometimes when you're in a relationship with somebody, doesn't necessarily mean all the time that you can run a business with them.
Yeah.
So, because
Exactly.
some couples start butting heads a lot,
Yeah.
but so we were kind of testing the waters by you know what, let's write together. Let's write together. And so we did it over Zoom, of course, because we were
Yeah.
long distance, and just to see how the writing process would go. And man, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun for the both of us. We had a blast, and we
Yeah.
just got on a streak after a while. We were just like, all right, we cranked out 3 or 4 songs in a month or so, and
It was quick. Yeah. It's quick turnaround.
it was over long distance, and so one thing kind of started to lead to another. We started to toy with the idea of, hey, this is working.
Yeah.
This is working. So let's dive in. Let's dive in and start. So.
And I think it's great too because with both of us having been in the country music industry and having been in the same industry, but at the same time, maybe hitting different markets or experiencing different things. It brings together this whole other aspect of experience. And so things that he's experienced, maybe I haven't, things that I've experienced, maybe he hasn't. And so it's a great way to share those experiences and to build on what we know as we move forward with this duo too, which is a really great thing.
Yeah, and I like the approach as far as getting together musically. Started with the songwriting process.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, y'all done the long distance thing. Y'all done music, you AC as a solo artist and Michael as part of a group. So just, I think that's a nice, a good approach as far as let's see if we have something here. Now, obviously, we love each other, obviously, but sometimes, as you say, business, it could lead to friction, it could lead to disagreements here and there. But hey, it worked out in the end. Yeah, and you too have 2 songs out on the platforms. So props to y'all on that.
Thank you.
So what's the meaning behind the name Arbor North? Who came up with that name?
It's a great question.
Oh, that took us longer than writing all the songs, I think, honestly.
One of the hardest parts of the process.
Yeah. Because you figure, a song title, it's per song sort of thing. Your duo name or your band name, that sticks with you for the duration of as long as your band exists. And so it's a big deal. So we have this huge Google Doc of just, I don't know, maybe almost 150 to 100 names that we just kind of kept typing out. But 2 things that we really wanted when we went into naming the duo was something to do with distance and something to do with time, because being that we were long distance, distance was sort of a factor in that. And then timing also. We both like to say that we feel we found each other at the right place at exactly the right time. And so we wanted to add those 2 aspects to it. And so we started out with the word arbor, which, yes, also has to do with trees and whatnot. But our intention for arbor was it's the part of a pocket watch or clock. And it's what the hands of time revolve around. And so we thought that was really cool. And so it was a good start. So Arbor was the first word. And then we chose the word North because the 2 of us are originally from northern states, with me being from Ohio and Michael being from New York, the state of New York. And so we thought that was a really cool nod to where we came from. And also North has this really sort of positive or upward connotation to it. And so we thought that that would be really great to add into that as well. And so that's how we came up with Arbor North.
I like it. The origin behind it is quite intriguing. And just being Arbor North in particular, obviously, I come from northern states. I am quite familiar with the state of Ohio. I lived in that state once upon a time. Cincinnati and Columbus.
Oh, okay. Okay.
More specific.
Yeah.
And I visit New York, New York City in particular. Just being there, just the experience itself, just seeing it on TV don't do it justice. You have to be there just to get the feel of New York City and what it brings.
New York City is fantastic. It's funny because I'm from upstate New York, so basically the hills and the mountains. I'm from the Finger Lakes region of New York, and it's so funny because I've been to the city several times. I love New York City. It's so much fun.
Very cool place.
Great energy. It's awesome. But it's so funny how different, even though they're in the same state, technically, they feel like 2 different countries, pretty much. And so, I definitely love being raised in upstate New York.
Yeah,
absolutely. So now that y'all gotten familiar with each other and went for this vision of Arbor North, I want to talk about the first release, the quote unquote debut of Arbor North. All the White Mistakes That's
Yeah.
the name of the debut song of Arbor North. So talk about recording that song, and what made y'all went with this as the debut song for Arbor North.
Yeah.
Yeah. We wrote this song with another incredible songwriter in Nashville, Bill DeLuigi. And Bill has been a friend of mine for a long time, and he's doing so well nowadays, and he's just a great person. He's got a great big beautiful heart.
Yeah.
And we went into the writing session. Now that one was in person. AC had flown down to Nashville.
Yeah.
To see me, and then we had several other things kind of scheduled. We had this write scheduled, and so we walked into the write, and this is very early on when we had decided to form a duo, very right at the genesis of it. And so we told Bill, hey, we're starting a duo, and share with him our story a little bit. And he goes, I have a title I've been wanting to use for a potential duo, and it's called All the Right Mistakes. And he said the song title, and we were like, wow, let's write that.
Yeah.
That's it right there. And the song is very autobiographical for our stories. And it felt like a really good single to release as a debut single, just because we felt it was a good introduction to who we are.
Yeah.
And the story of how the Lord just led us to each other, and how everything happened, and that the fact that, hey, all the mistakes and everything that we've made in the past, that we wouldn't change them at all, and because at the end of the day, if we hadn't have gone down this way, or hadn't have done this, or hadn't have done this, we wouldn't be sitting here right now in this moment. And so we just felt it was a really appropriate song for our first single, and
sort of set the stage of where we were so that we could move on to tell the story of where we are now.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously, I guess people take for granted is the process, the journey that led, us as individuals to where we are. You're gonna go through hurdles. You're gonna go through doubts, and is it worth it? Regardless of what your profession is. But it's just part of the journey.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen to that.
I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. I am a son of a retired pastor, after all. So, with that being said, I like the single. I like the thought behind it, and just giving a glimpse of what you two are, individually and collectively, and definitely set the tone for what's to come for Arbor North. So it was definitely quite the introduction for Arbor North. So
thank you.
You can get that particular single on all the platforms. Stream it, download it, purchase it, spread the word, and tell your friends about it. Yeah, tell your friends.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just yesterday,
Yep.
y'all released single number 2.
Yeah.
According to the lyrics and according to the promotion behind this, people will look at this as a quote-unquote wedding song. They got you covered.
That's right.
Exactly.
So
need a first dance? We got you.
Yeah, definitely. If you get that first dance, make sure you put this on. Forget to tell the DJ, put this on.
Exactly.
Yeah. The name of the song is called You, Me, and Jesus. That's the name of single number 2. Just came out on the platforms just yesterday. So talk about the process of writing and recording this single.
Yeah. So, as you had mentioned, being long distance, we'd make trips to see each other and whatnot. And we also loved writing letters to each other. It was a big thing. We kind of we're old fashioned in our hearts a little bit. And so we loved writing letters to each other. And so what we usually do is we'd write a letter to each other, and when we'd have to get on the plane to go, we'd give them a letter and say, okay, open this when I go, open this when you get home, kind of thing. And so we'd write letters to each other, and always in the letters, and I had this little whiteboard in my apartment that he always used to write on before he'd leave, and he'd write little notes. We started saying this phrase, you, me, and Jesus, all the time, and it was just this reminder to the two of us that, no matter what we're going through, how hard it is to leave each other, it's always you, me, and Jesus. And when we sat down for our wedding and started planning the music, and of course, the first dance song is the big song that you got to try and figure out. And so we had so many songs, and there's so many beautiful first dance songs out there. And we kept sending them back and forth to each other, and we were trying to figure out which one maybe. And at the end of the day, we kind of stopped and said, you know what? We express ourselves and our emotions and what we're feeling through writing and through music. And so we thought that it would be a great idea to say, why don't we write our first dance song? And so we set out with the intention to write it as You, Me, and Jesus. But I think the biggest hurdle for us in it was trying to figure out all the things that we wanted to say and how to say them in sort of a condensed 3-minute song. Yeah. And on top of that, how we wanted sort of the song to lay out, whether it was a story song, whether it was two people talking to each other. And so there were a lot of decisions that had to be made up front before we even started to write the song. And then we finally landed on it just being this song of two people expressing these simple vows to each other of always being there for each other and always having a shoulder to cry on, a hand to hold, and no matter what, through the highs and the lows, that they'll always be there. And sort of what really matters at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are totally correct as far as picking that first dance.
Yeah.
Like, you go through everything, through all the emotions and the stress together, the wedding. You go and you say I do to each other. Okay, you get that part of the way. I'm starting to wonder, what's the biggest challenge for a new couple? Is it the wedding part, or is just that first dance song? Because I feel like
it's a big decision you got to make together. Your first big decision.
There's a lot of wisdom in that, actually. I mean,
exactly.
It's not something to rush. You only get to do it once.
Yeah.
It's one time. You get one shot. It's kind of like that movie. You get that. You want to make sure it's right.
Yeah.
But the difference is there's no director. It's just husband and wife.
Us trying to figure it out.
That's the thing. So I like this song as well. Definitely an anthem. To put that in the rotation for the couples, future couples, current couples, young couples, elderly couples.
Yeah.
They got y'all covered. Arbor North got y'all covered in that.
We know it can be stressful, so we thought we'd, help out and add another song into the mix to try and make it more difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
So, y'all celebrate the release of this song via Instagram. Just minutes before it was officially released. I must have been asleep by then.
It was late.
It was past our bedtime too.
But congratulations to you both on the immediate success that y'all had thus far. It definitely seems like Arbor North is on the way up. No pun intended. It's on the so very, very happy for you all.
Thank you.
And the good thing about Zoom and these Zoom interviews is, we get to see each other now instead of the traditional phone.
Yeah.
And I also get to see people's designs and, presentation. So I'm in the comfort in my apartment, and it looks like y'all are in the studio. Nice background. And a microphone in the middle, and I think that's a globe in the middle of you.
Thank you for noticing, Kenny.
We were so excited about this little piece when we got it. We were so excited about our little globe. Yeah.
And thank you for the compliment. We're in a studio. We're paying thousands of dollars a minute right now. We're in our apartment too.
Yeah.
This is our. It's funny when we moved in here. This is the master bedroom,
Yeah,
technically,
yeah.
and it's bigger than the one we're in now because we're like let's use the bigger room for the studio.
Yeah, so the office took over the master, and we get the small room.
So
yeah.
Yep. And so here we are. Yeah. We wanted to create a little aesthetically pleasing live stream space.
Yeah.
And to go along with our aesthetic, really, which is kind of, we like a lot of the older vintage look.
Yeah.
And
it's got some curtains and some box lighting, and here we are.
Exactly.
Oh man! So I'm looking at the bio of Arbor North on their Instagram. Time traveling troubadours.
Yep.
Husband and wife country duo. Star Wars, coffee, cooking nerds.
Yes. Yes.
That's us.
That's us.
Quite the description. It's hey, I enjoy it. I enjoy just the music. I enjoy what y'all presenting. Just getting that support. 2 songs in definitely has to be encouraging.
Yeah.
Just thinking, let's do this. We're musicians, we're husband and wife, with everything that's happening recently. Let's go for it. Let's join forces, and things have worked out very well. So
thank you.
Props to you, AC and Michael.
Thank you.
Go check out there are 2 songs on the platforms right now. Obviously, still less than a day removed from You, Me, and Jesus being released. With that being said, what is next for Arbor North? What traveling and other adventures will be on display in the future?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We are currently setting up our summer with lots of shows. We're playing around town in Nashville at a great restaurant chain called Puckett's, Puckett's Grocery and Restaurant. And so we're playing pretty much all their locations
over the next couple months.
And then we're also embarking on a UK tour in August. So we're actually performing at the Millport Country Music Festival in Millport, Scotland. And then there are several other dates that the ink is not 100% dry yet, so I don't
close to an announcement.
Yet, but there's several other shows that we're going to have booked, and so we're going to start in England and Scotland, and just work our way down and tour the country, and we're so excited about that.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, y'all are truly living up to the time traveling travelers. Literally, like going across the pond, get to hear those lovely British accents along the way.
Absolutely.
That's gonna be quite the adventure. I'm expecting pictures and everything.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be lots of pictures.
You know it.
Some shenanigans along the way.
We're gonna be as touristy. I'm sure. All the pictures.
Yeah.
Oh man! So for more info on Arbor North, you can catch them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram under Arbor North. Check out All the White Mistakes and You, Me, and Jesus. Those are their 2 releases as of this moment. Go support these lovely musicians. They really have so much going for them, and let's see them prosper even more musically, and show them their appreciation. So I'm happy. I'm all in. I'm on the Auburn North bandwagon.
Thank you.
Kenny,
thank you so much. Appreciate
that means it truly means the world. And I know a lot of people say that, but that that really means a lot. Just those kind words and that support. So thank you. That's huge.
This is all done for the community, for people to join together through what music is and through what music means. And so it's nothing without the people who enjoy the music and join along with this. So thank you so much for that, truly.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, thank y'all for being on the show tonight.
Thank you.
Continued success. Y'all definitely are in for a busy summer,
Yeah.
in Nashville and literally across the pond. So just check them out again: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Auburn North. They will all the platforms there. You'll hear their music on all the music platforms as well. So they got more music on the way,
Yep.
with all the traveling they about to do.
Yep.
So they got 2 songs. So let them let them enjoy each other. So they got new music coming.
We
I'm
Yep.
do.
We
very,
do.
very sure. Um, y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your
Thank you.
night, and I definitely look forward to having you on more in the future, especially once a potential EP or
Mm.
full-length album
Oh yeah.
comes out. So,
Awesome.
so thank
Yeah.
you to AC and to
Thank you.
Michael. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Wow. We are married.
I know. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Kenny.
Kenny.
That is the perfect way to end an interview. They just literally said it at the exact same time. That's
Thank
when
you.
you know that they are husband and wife.
Yep.
You're not gonna get a better ending of the interview than that. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Oh, that's
Much
great.
love to AC and Michael. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank
You too,
you.
Kenny. Thank
All
you.
right. That was AC and Michael, together known as Arbor North. All the White Mistakes, You, Me, and Jesus. Those are their 2 releases, both available on all digital music platforms. And check them out: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram under Arbor North, and they'll keep you posted on what's next on the horizon. So I'm just gonna wave bye bye to you all. It's gonna wave. Bye.